Nintendo, say that it isn't so. We have just learned that The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is going to drop at a suggested retail price of $69.99, which is the same price as current generation games. That's right, a system that came out in 2017 that's about to hit its 6th year, charging $69.99 for a game that's gonna run at best 720p and at best 30 frames a second. We're gonna talk about this right now. So the recent Nintendo Direct announced a bunch of games coming out in 2023, and it showed a second trailer for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. After that Nintendo Direct, Nintendo confirmed what we've all been fearing. The price of its new Zelda game will be $69.99, with the collector's edition $129.99.
Let me tell you something right now, man. If I'm gonna pay $69.99 for a game, I expect HDR, I expect ray tracing, I expect high frame rate. I expect these three things from a game that is $69.99. This game will not have one of those things. Not even close to any one of them.
This is highway robbery, plain and simple. Nintendo's bugging. They don't even give a legit reason why they increased the price. When asked, they said, "We reviewed the price at a case-by-case basis." What case-by-case basis? This was the first time they ever did it. What about more games in the future? Are they gonna be 70? They had no answer beyond case-by-case. They're lying. There's no AAA game coming that's gonna be that high in price. Everything else is gonna be AA, single A. They're not gonna be $70. It makes no sense.
I refuse to pay anything less than $59.99 for this game. We saw that new trailer. Yeah, it has some new gameplay mechanics, but those enemies look the same. Those textures looks the same. That map looks the same. Everything about this game screams DLC turned into a full game. I am not going to pay $69.99 for DLC.
This is exactly what happened. In November of 2022, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out. By the end of that month, that game sold 10 million copies. By the end of December, 18 million copies. Right now, 20 plus million copies and counting. And you know what Nintendo thought? If we added $10 more to that 20 million copies sold, how much more richer will we be?
Q3 of 2022, Nintendo's operating profit was $4.26 billion. This is how much money they made last year in profit. They had their financial reports last week. They had a 5% decrease for $3.9 billion. I want to emphasize this is profit. So what did they do with these profits? They gave all their employees a 10% raise. Great job, Nintendo. I applaud it. Good job. You did the right thing for your employees. They make great games. They work really hard. They deserve it. You do not deserve $10 more for this game when you make $3.9 billion in profit. That is ridiculous. You made slightly less profits than last year, so you're charging your consumers? This is asinine.
To play devil's advocate, Nintendo didn't make huge profits. They went from 4.2 billion to 3.9 billion. That's negative point something billion. That's all they're thinking is negative. So what's the way to get this back to positive? $10 more per game.
The thing is, they're not selling as many Switches as they were before. So that's part of why their profits went down.
And then they have the audacity to say it's on a case-by-case basis, when every other game they announced in that Nintendo Direct is regular price
or cheaper.
But Nintendo, you know this is one of the most anticipated games in the last several years. You know people have been waiting. It's going to probably be one of the biggest sellers of the year. This game is going to sell a crap ton of copies. You're gonna charge $70 for this game? How dare you?
You need new hardware. This was the time. Right now was when you should have been dropping the new Switch. And then nobody would have had a problem paying that $70 for this game. I wouldn't have had a problem. If you put out a new Switch and this game for $70, I would have been like, here, take it. You got it. No problem. I'm not paying $70 for a Switch game. You are out of your mind.
It's a travesty, and Nintendo has no reasoning behind it outside of case-by-case basis. If you want to charge us for current gen prices, Explain exactly why that is. That $10 you don't need, you just gain billions in profit. You make money on every Switch sold. What are you doing? Shame on you.
If you liked our content, mash that like button, and if you're new to the channel and want to see more content, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.